under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, as we come here this evening, we thank you for this opportunity to come and serve on the commission here. And as we go about the business there this evening, just be with us and direct us in the things that we decide on. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Again, welcome everyone to the Redevelopment Commission meeting for, it's September, isn't it? So anyway. Has everybody had an opportunity to look at the August minutes? And if so, do we have a motion to accept as presented?
Second.
Any discussion on the minutes? If not, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Approved 4-0. All right. Metal adhesives are here this evening for a abatement presentation. So Tammy, I'll ask you to go first.
I'll start them off, then they can tell you what's really going on. First, I apologize for the foul up about the last meeting. I was responsible for telling everybody the meeting was at 7. I don't know, just one of those brain, you know what? So anyway, did make a here at the normal meeting time this month. I wanted to, just real quickly, I gave you the statement of benefits that they've submitted. You can see they've got 106 current employees with a payroll of $8,340,000 plus. They propose to retain all of those employees and add 6 more with payroll of $249,600. The proposed equipment purchase would be $350,000. Behind that, you've got a copy of the resolution which would approve, assuming you approve it, approving their application, which would send it along to the county council for approval. I did, in 2023, they received an abatement for some equipment. And at the time, they had 52 employees and proposed to add 3, so that would have been 55. They're now at 106, almost double, almost real close to double that number. And they're more than double on the salaries. They were $8,340,000 at the time, and they proposed to add 249, which would have been 8.48 million,
Yep.
and they're at 3 point. They're at I'm sorry, that's not. Yeah, they were at 3.1. They're currently at 8.3, and they're going to add 249 to that. Their current equipment taxation amount is $3,841,000. They're adding $350,000 to that. Senate Enrolled Act 1, which I'm sure you've all heard about, is the Senate bill that is changing the property tax structure in the state completely. I mean, it's creating a nightmare for all local government, all units of local government, county and city alike. It is going to have a substantial impact on personal property taxes for businesses. The current exemption amount for personal property is $200,000. So this business currently has, what did I say there, 13 million, assessed value $3,841,000. Of that, currently they would be taxed on $3 million. They're getting $800,000 exemption. I'm sorry, $80,000 exemption. Next year that goes to $1 million, from $80,000 to $1 million. So their taxable property will go from 3.8 to 2.8. The year after that, the exemption amount goes to $2 million. So in this instance, their taxable personal property would go down to 1.8, not counting what they're adding here. haven't had the opportunity to discuss this with the county council. I have no idea what they're going to make of these changes to the law, because without an abatement, their personal property taxes and everybody's personal property taxes are going to drop. So I don't know whether that's going to adversely impact their view of personal property abatements or not, but I'm obligated to let everybody know that. Now, from your standpoint, it doesn't really, I don't think it really impacts what you do one way or the other, because those are all policy decisions for the county council. Your purpose mainly is to just say, we've got the paperwork we need. If you, as a policy matter, want to approve it, it's good to go. That's primarily your role. But I wanted to make you aware of that. And, I'll be explaining that to the county council at their meeting to consider the abatement too. So, and again, that's a decision that they have to make.
So we're really not sure what kind of impact this might have on businesses that are coming for an abatement or ones that have an abatement.
Well, it makes it, I think, more difficult for the county to give personal property tax abatements, at least for the time being, because, one of the purposes is to incentivize the purchase of equipment. And one could question whether you need to do that under the new tax structure. And another piece of that is that at the present time, there's a 30% floor on depreciation. You can't depreciate a piece of equipment below 30% of its original value.
Okay.
That floor goes away. Beginning next year, you can depreciate property to 0. So the numbers I gave you for the reduction in their assessed value don't reflect, they might have, and anybody who comes to you may have property which will drop off the rolls just because of that. It may reach 0 in the next year as far as depreciate that, let alone the exemption. So, and I know all units of government are struggling to figure out how they're going to come up with enough money to operate in the near term. There are some, and then, 2 years down the road, there are some additional changes with local income tax. It's a total mess. Every unit of government that I work with is working closely with financial consultants to figure out how they're going to keep the ship afloat, basically. Some small counties are losing 20% of their budget. Or at least it appears they are. Nobody knows for sure. So, in any event, I thought and this is the first one we've had come up since this Senate Enrolled Act came into effect on July 1. So.
Well, what we're here for is to recommend or not recommend. It's up to council to make a decision.
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct. Basically, you're kind of the gatekeeper. We've got the paperwork we need. You're the people, you, the council, are the people who decide the policy on whether or not you want to give an abatement or not. So,
okay. Thank you, Lou.
Sorry, it's
Tammy?
Well, I don't know what to say now. I'm outside of the fact that I know we did. We're planning to implement this piece of equipment. It's a spray dryer, a flash dryer, which basically it takes water-based slurry and transitions it into fine powder. It's going to expand the flame retardant line of business, so it's going to provide additional revenue for us. and also the increased headcount. So we may not be able to get it on that side, but we're going to be paying taxes in based on the revenue and things like that. Additionally, we have a warehouse that we're getting ready to build as well. It's not only abatement, it's one thing that we're going to be moving forward with, I believe, in the short term, correct, Jonathan? So, so there's going to be increased tax base for us as well, so. What else to say?
I should add, based on past record, if we didn't have, the state hadn't changed all the tax laws, I mean, this would be absolute slam dunk, nobody would think about it twice. They've doubled their head count, they've almost tripled their payroll since
23.
Yeah, I mean, and I didn't check what month that was in 2023, but sometime in 2023. So I mean, that's the kind of, that's an example of giving tax abatements, helps businesses grow. So, they're the poster child for that. But the state changed the law, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Is there any questions that I can answer from anybody, or?
Go ahead, Vicky.
Is Brazil your main plant? Is that your only plant?
It's the only location that we manufacture at. Yeah, we have a couple of other satellite warehouses. I'm not sure where those are located.
Third-party warehouse in Chicago, just for small storage of one of our divisions.
Yeah, but everything is manufactured out here. Yeah. That's also the corporate location as well.
I just the salary increase of 249,000 is with 6 people. Does that include benefits? I assume.
I think that was just base.
Base.
So, yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's real good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was late. I missed the introduction. I apologize.
I'm Tammy Lowe with Metals and Additives.
Thank you. I
And
thought
that there's
so.
Jonathan Streeter.
Okay, I thought so, but I just wanted to verify. Thank you.
Yeah.
Lou, is there a resolution for this, or do we just
Yeah,
make it?
it's attached to your, I paper clipped them all together. You probably feel that statement of benefits off.
Adam, do you have a copy for me?
Yeah, here, you have mine.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, I move we accept the resolution as presented.
I second it.
Got a motion to accept resolution 2025-9 as presented. Any questions or any discussions? If not, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, none, 4-0. We'll get this signed off. I think we gotta have two.
Can you get us on the next commissioner and council agendas? When would that be? So, and you tell them so I don't give them the wrong time.
October the 6th, October 6th.
Yes, it's Steve, I got them both.
6 p.m. for the dinner.
Trust myself.
I certainly appreciate you guys and what's going on out there, moving in the right direction, expanding, creating good jobs, and it's a good thing. We appreciate that. We're glad that you're in Clay County.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You don't have to. Better not. Me too.
Oh, I see, sign this one.
Okay, Lance. Sign that. Check. I believe we're good to go. All right. Again, thank you much, guys. So the next thing on the agenda is a discussion of the 2026 spending plan. I know we talked a little bit about that at our last meeting, but we're going to revamp that somewhat. And Jan and Patty and I got together, and Patty kind of finalized everything for us on the spending plan. So everybody got an opportunity to look at that right now. So Lou, did you have an opportunity to look this over? And if so, did you have any thoughts?
Well, I think it looks fine. I'll just have to figure out some way to start building more to get that professional piece taken care of.
Well, in case there's an increase, you know.
Well, yeah, it's good to have that in there in case we get a project and we need to hire some engineering.
And the thing about this, folks, is this is just a spending plan in case, you know. Last year, 2025 was the first year for this. So 2026, trying to do a little bit, fine tune everything that we were put together so it kind of fits our agenda like so for the county. And I believe what's been put together is good, fair analysis, and it don't tie us down. Can you go back and do a few tweaks and things? We certainly can. So anyway.
The biggest issue is because if we're ever going to make a big expenditure, go back and check and make sure that it covers, and if not, submit them to the program. But it's one of those things that's just kind of easy to overlook if you're not paying attention.
Hopefully someday we'll get a big project here in Clay County that we may have that problem or issue to deal with. So.
Well, you had 2 years ago, you had a pretty big project.
Sure, we did. I know this take a little bit of time to just kind of glance through this and see what you think. Anybody got any questions they want to address about the spending plan for 2026?
The lot 2 of the Villas of Hollybrook that ends in 0 ending balance. It's 4512 Southwest EDA, Villas Hollybrook Lot 2. Different from Lot 1. Lot 1 ends with 6,442. Lot 2, should I assume that is the driveway going from the mouth of Hollybrook to 40? I'm just guessing this on hearsay. That they wanted to turn over to the city?
No, it's taken the lot, but there's nothing going on at the moment.
Yeah.
The blank lot
Okay, so you're actually talking the parcel of land,
that's not occupied.
grassy area?
Yeah, like the northwest sector of that.
Now, there's rumors that there's a credit union being built on that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's the one that's down here on Forest Avenue.
Okay.
And and the lady came and made a presentation about that. Gosh, just maybe a year ago or close to 10. It was late last year, calendar year. Yeah, but they did not have a startup time
Okay.
when that project would transpire.
Just educate me on this. Why would we ever have a zero balance? How does that work?
There's no income.
There's no income coming.
There's there, yeah.
Okay, so no one's paying taxes on that, that's an abatement?
There's nothing there to.
Well, they would be
Yeah.
paying taxes, they would be paying real property taxes on the dirt,
Okay,
but those would not have changed once the TIF was put into place, so there would be no increase in assessed value to be captured.
thank you, I just didn't know.
Well,
So we need to act on this by accepting or modifying, so you submit this to Gateway?
Yeah, you can approve it.
I move we approve it as presented.
Second. We got a motion and a second to approve the spending plan for 2026 as presented. So are there any other questions and or comments? If not, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same, no. Motion carries 4-0. All right. Thank you much, guys. Okay. Brooke, you got anything for us this evening?
Well, nothing of pertinence.
The report that you sent here just a little bit ago, I just got a chance to look at that momentarily, but it's,
It was late.
I like some things I've seen in it.
Yeah, just doing some things, but don't have anything pertinent to the meeting per se that you need to
Okay.
decide on.
Can I add something? Add to your report, but I also attended the Thrive Housing Summit with Brooke, and I found that to be really, really rewarding. Thank you for allowing me to go. Yeah, I found that to be fascinating, educational. One of the plums of knowledge I got was, and you probably know this, Tom, is that Air Base, John Ford told me this, and you guys probably already knew this, but we lost the special project at the Air Base simply because the staff would not have had housing in the area. And that was the sole determining factor because we were competing with other communities, but that was the breaking point. So that's why there's such a push, of course, for housing and the programs that they have in place, the speakers they have lined up. It was phenomenal. And I just happened to actually, Thrive has a board too, and one of my friends sits on that board, David Templeton, and I had seen him Friday afternoon, and I raved about the importance of this and how educational it was. Now, I'll say one other thing is, just for my own knowledge, and I don't know if Brooke would be interested in doing this, I've already signed up for a global energy summit in Purdue in November, the 5th and the 6th of November, and I do mean global. You have Middle Eastern representatives that are signing up for this, and again, John Ford told me about that since he's the director of our state energy department. And so Trey and I are going to drive up to that. And the focus on that is going to be what we've seen in the news. And that is we are one of the few states that are racing to try to build a small nuclear reactor. And the sole purpose of that would be to power the data centers we are attracting or trying to attract more. So that's going to be interesting. But it has, I find it, it might not be your cup of tea, and it might be something that you think that, but just for my own development and my own my own curiosity, my husband and I are signed up and we're attending it. So if I learn something, I can bring that back to you guys, but that is kind of the way to go. There's a few other states that are pursuing this. I lived in Maryland where we had Calvert Cliffs nuclear reactor right down, and I toured that with my high school students back in the 90s, and that was just part of our community. And that actually, that power plant, which was, bigger, of course, than what Indiana's looking at, but that power plant provided electricity for the Eastern Shoreboard, going all the way up to New York City. And that in all the years I lived there, and I had a friend whose husband worked there, we never had any incidents. So it'll be interesting to see what they have in mind, what they're proposing. And then, of course, if you guys are reading the news that I'm reading, this initiative is being pushed hard by the national administration. They want the small nuclear reactors, and they want them fast. So I'm going, if Brooke wants to go.
They're fishing in our area, so. One other thing I'll say about housing is that, when Terre Haute has a lot of events, they're kind of an event-centric county, and they're always needing more places to send people to stay while they're here. So Clay County serves as a big resource for overflow. So the more we are able to gain some of these different kinds of rentals and properties, Airbnbs, hotel, whatever it would be, it does serve the region in a great capacity and could benefit Clay County. So, I think there's a lot of good things about the work y'all are doing with the housing and different ideas about that, but that supports that idea as well, that we're regionally, we can benefit as well from our partnerships with the different counties around us, helping to develop. So.
Which then, on another note on that, is those businesses or people, individuals that are coming into our area to stay for just a few years, and they have a choice. It seems like, from at least my associates, they're choosing Clay simply because of the schools. I'll take that, okay? But they're choosing the schools right now, and they feel that Clay is offering a really good school experience for the children, because that's a serious determination when a family's moving. The other thing is I think some of us are signed up. I'm going on the 26th of this month down to Clay City for the partnership and that is that is, it's here and now. I don't think it's an idea anymore. I think it's established, because even in that lunch meeting on Friday with my friend, he mentioned it too. He kind of slipped it in there in a subtle way that this is how everybody's moving forward. And so I think it's not an option. It's an alliance that'll benefit all the parties. We just have to make sure we are asking for our portion of the pot of funds when they do come in, because you don't get it if you don't ask for it. And I think that's the same thing with housing. If you notice the number of housing projects in Vigo versus Clay, we had a good number of them. But I think if we have the opportunity, we need to ask more. We just need to ask for more, and worst thing they can do is say no. But we're all going in an interesting and good direction, I think. I'm sorry I came in late and missed Lou's presentation, because I know I missed something incredibly important from the sounds of it. And I know we've got problems that our governments are going to face here, our local governments soon, including school.
Well, it's a good thing with metals out there north of town. What's going on, so appreciate you guys, Tammy. So, any other input before we go to claims? Our claims tonight is a miscellaneous invoice from, these three are from Lou's law firm, $1,400.50. North Central TIF with $282.50. Southwest TIF, $845. And consulting fees for the month is $2,100 for a total of $4,628. Do we have a motion to approve the claims for the month?
I so move.
So moved. In a second, any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, none. Motion carries 4-0. All right. The only thing, there was a budget hearing here with the county council. I was unable to attend. My wife was in the hospital. And so Lance covered that for us. I appreciate that, Lance. Good experience. Vicky done it last year for me and Lance done it this year. Sorry, guys, but anyway.
I'm glad you got to do it this year, Lance.
I didn't even have to say on the board.
That's new rap.
Yeah.
I've been on the other side of that.
Yeah. So anyway, I look at it as an opportunity, you know, it's an opportunity.
There you go.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. So I appreciate that, Lance. So is there any other discussion for tonight? If not, next meeting will be the 15th of October, right here at 6 o'clock. We have a motion to adjourn
I move we adjourn.
Second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting's adjourned.